Hello, ladies. You got all your pictures? You know, I didn't know where it would fit in the program, but I am so glad that our First Lady got to hear those testimonials. And I can see some of you continuing to wipe your eyes because I know what that means for us every year when we hear that empty chair. I'm excited that our First Lady is here with us today. She has been unwavering in her support of women's health, unwavering in her commitment to empowering women, supporting military families, and promoting the importance of community colleges. And she's inspired countless individuals across the country. Her leadership and her dedication has really served as a guiding light, illuminating a path towards a brighter and a more inclusive future. Dr. Biden is a true champion of education, healthcare, and the well-being of our nation. I first got to know her personally during her book tour in 2019. When I got this call, would I moderate her book discussion that she was having? I was so honored. And when I read the book, I understood the lives that she touched in that book, along with her family and friends. But when I started having conversations with her, I understood the lives that she was going to touch, many of the people whose names she would never know. As a physician scientist, I cannot tell you how excited I am about the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, an effort that is being led by our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden. Along with the White House Gender Policy Council, I know that this initiative is going to be something that is going to make a difference in our ability to eliminate health disparities in women's health, but also that's going to lead to more women being included in vital research policies and procedures that will make a difference in their lives. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you, Valerie. And we've been friends for a long time. Like she said, she was helping me moderate on my book tour. So Morehouse School of Medicine is setting an inspiring example of cutting-edge research, patient-centered care, and an education that's training the next generation of healthcare providers and making sure that they are representative of the communities they serve. So I'm grateful for your work and for your leadership, and Valerie, most of all, I am grateful for your friendship. So, good afternoon. It's great to be back in Atlanta and an honor to be with you here today. And I love this venue. I mean, where else could you see these whales? You know, this is the first time for me. So I'll have to come back. But for 15 years, the women in this room have been committed to raising awareness about heart disease and learning from each other, like I just saw, about one another. So if you ask any woman in America about her health care, she probably has a story to tell. You know her. She's the woman who gets debilitating migraines, but she doesn't know why. And she can't find treatment options that work for her. She's the woman going through menopause who visits with her doctor and leaves with more questions than answers. Yes, I heard that laugh. even though half the country will go through menopause at some point in their lives. She's the woman who dies because her heart disease isn't recognized, like you just heard from the women who were on the stage before me, since her symptoms don't look like a man's heart attack. And that's why we're all here, isn't it? Because women are more likely than men to die after a heart attack. And black women are more likely to die from heart disease than women of any other race. What you've heard today is powerful. The ways in which heart disease is connected to diabetes, hypertension, and pregnancy, and how it's even connected to our genes based on new research from Morehouse School of Medicine. But just knowing this isn't enough. We have to turn our knowledge into action. And to do that, we need to better understand heart disease in women and study it more. Because even though women are half the population, research on women's health has always been underfunded. Too many medical studies have focused on men and left women out. Too many of the medicine dosages, treatments, medical school textbooks are based on men and their bodies, and that information doesn't always apply to women, does it? That means that there are big gaps in research on diseases and conditions that only affect women or disproportionately affect women, or that affect women and men differently. These gaps are even greater for communities that have historically been excluded from research, especially women of color and women with disabilities. Because of these gaps, we understand far too little about these conditions and how to help the millions of women who struggle with them. My husband, Joe, understands that this is a problem, and he's taking action. That's what he does. He learns about a problem, and then he gets to work solving it. He doesn't waste any time. So in November, President Biden launched the White House Initiative on Women's Health Research. Thank you. So we have a clear goal to fundamentally change how our nation approaches and funds women's health research. Joe issued a presidential memorandum asking federal agencies for their recommendations on how to make the policy changes necessary to advance women's health research. And he's instructed agencies to address health inequities as part of this initiative. Remarkable work is happening here in Atlanta, where universities, entrepreneurs, investors, companies, and city leaders, and groups like Women with Heart are coming together to drive innovation in women's health. We need research at universities to develop breakthroughs, investors who believe in those ideas, startups that bring those ideas to the market, doctors who translate these ideas into treatment plans, and government and advocates who help bring everyone together. Later today, Valerie and I will be speaking with leaders who are pushing that innovation forward, hearing about their insights and their experience, and how we can all be part of reaching toward the possibilities ahead. I know that women in Atlanta have been doing this work for decades, and I'm here because Joe and I want to be your partners in this. We are proud to join you in this fight. Together, we will build a healthcare system that puts women all women, and their lived experience at their center. Where no woman, thank you, where no woman or girl has to hear, now I know you're going to hear this, it's all in your head. Or how about, it's just stress. Where women aren't just an afterthought, but a first thought. Where women don't just survive, they lead long, healthy, and happy lives. Thank you so much. Thanks.
All right, so you've been listening to those live remarks from First Lady Jill Biden talking about women's health, particularly women's heart health. This is at a luncheon organized by Morehouse School of Medicine, and you heard her in particular emphasize disparities when it comes to health, women's health, and really some stunning figures that she highlighted here. She just told the audience that women are actually more likely than men to die of a heart attack. She also underscored a particular high risk for Black women as well. And so anyway, as you can see, she just gave those remarks at the Aquarium in conjunction with the 2024 Women's Heart Healthy Luncheon, hosted by Morehouse School of Medicine and specifically their Women with Heart initiative. We're going to have much more on her visit here on Atlanta News First Plus, and of course all of your other top stories and your forecasts. Thanks for being with us.